if Ruto agrees to take the deported Somalis into Kenya.
If President John Mahama agrees to take these deported Somalians into Ghana, we are also going to go to the streets, of course. I agree with you, my sister. And you know, sometimes I say that you need to live the African experience to understand certain things. Now we hear what is happening in Minnesota. And we are not even saying that Trump is right or wrong. That is not what some of us are even talking about. But we are thinking, or we are watching how you are coming online and trolling Black Americans and trolling and making fun of whatever is happening. And you have some Africans supporting you to do whatever you are doing. Now they are deporting you. Now they are tracing your IP addresses because you said Minnesota was promised to you 3,000 years ago. We come online to do live streams and we tell you to stop. Because if you don't stop, it will affect you and it will affect a lot of Africans. Now it is even affecting Ethiopians. How dare you go to somebody's country? You have some of these diasporans supporting you. At the end of the day, these people are Black Americans. They will not be deported. You will be deported. So to those of you giving these people the energy and the engine to keep doing whatever they are doing, you see that they are supporting them. So do you think you are helping them or you are destroying them? And I don't even understand why is that when people are being deported, their own country doesn't want to accept them. If your own country doesn't want to accept you, why should another country accept you? President John Mahama, no one yes I mistake we. Somebody who will come to my platform and call me a monkey. I guess I'm a nice monkey then. You see, they are deporting you. And now they are looking for African countries to actually really accept you. I am not saying that all Somalis, I am not saying that all the communities are doing it. But what you are doing on this app and what you are doing on this internet, you even say you don't need our help. So which means we cannot even speak. But at the end of the day, when they deport you, you are coming to our countries. This is not acceptable. If you're a Somali and then you are listening. And I know they will come to this video in the comment with their shenanigans. You understand? So if you're a Ghanaian, please listen. Be careful. Let's keep watching and let's keep talking. If they don't know, because I've stopped, I'm not even going live about Somalians again because they'll come and insult me. They'll come and call me monkey. They'll come and call me weak. You see? And this is what I say. You are only tough online. But when the law catches with you, then you will know where you are going to be. You are here calling people Jarrell. And it is affecting almost all the Africans. And some of us, the sensible ones, when we are talking, you come and insult us. But I don't blame you. You have some Black Americans, you have some Caribbean people who support you. We are all Africans. At the end of the day, you are going to be deported. And we are going to feel the heat. You understand what I'm saying? A word to a white is enough.
Moving on, 64 Somalis and 7 Kenyans arrived at the JKIA today after being deported from the United States. The 71 were accompanied by U.S. security officials.
7:30 a.m. Kenyan time at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Kenyans Charles Kihanya, Bota Patrick, Githua Paul, Mose Eliud Nyachai, Jacqueline Bosibori, Ogari Vincent and Sit Sila were among 71 individuals, including 64 Somali nationals, who have been deported from the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Simon Central, and my name is Simon. Now, I want us to look at this, why Somalis are being deported to Kenya instead of Somalia. They are actually being deported to different parts of Africa instead of Somalia. Now, most of this, what will come out is that they took their travel documents, that is including passport, from these countries as their original countries instead of Somalia. Okay, they got these travel documents from the countries that were hosting them as refugees before they traveled to the United States, for instance. So when Americans are trying to look at their country of origin, your country or my country or any other country will come up as their countries of origin. So let's watch the videos and then
every Somali is a Kenyan Somali. Get your IDs. There's no discrimination. Get your IDs. You can be 60-year-old, you can be 50-year-old, you can be 20-year-old. Get your IDs. Forget about your tribe and where you have come from. In the past, There are particular communities that were listed as Kenyan Somalis. No, every Somali is a Kenyan Somali.
There was an attempt actually to rewrite and rubbish the history of the Somali community and their contribution to the making of the nation state of the Republic of Kenya. That of the first British or the Kenya-Uganda railway. Do you know the first people who built that railway? We only know the Indian coolies. The other groups were the Somali, the British Somalilanders. The British Somalilanders, those are the people who founded Parklands, Isli, part of Thika. I just want to take you to Thika here. The famous Ali Kabati. He was one of the longest serving councillors in the history of Kenya. If you find the history, you will find that he was the owner of a big chunk of land from Pangani all the way to Gatundu, including even where right now Safari Park, actually nuclear for the members of the Somali community. All these things ended with the advent of multipartyism in 1991. And truly, the Somalis in Kenya here, just like the Somalis are all over. By the way, if you go to Ethiopia here, the Somalis are now the third largest community. After the Ormos and Amharas, the Somalis are now the third. The Somalis are in Djibouti. The Somalis are in Somalia. The Somalis are in Kenya here. The Somalis are in Somaliland here. These are historical facts. What can we do? There's nothing that could. There's even a Somali member of parliament, a Somali minister in Tanzania. What can we do? This is the making of the scramble for Africa. The Somalis were partitioned into different parts of Africa, and by extension, the Somalis have become now the most widespread community in the whole world. The only thing that I will tell the Somalis, wherever they are, continue being persistent, continue being resilient, continue being hardworking, and wherever they are, function in line with your traditions and the norms of those countries where you reside in.
Right, thank you.
Don't accept any intimidation.
Truth is, all Somalians who cross the border and come to Kenya and fly to abroad, they all have Kenyan passports. Did you ever sit down and ask yourself, how do they manage to get Kenyan passports? Na wewe kama Mkenya halisi, it is difficult for you to obtain that document. Let us celebrate Kenya.
Anything, they just run around killing each other. There's no structure. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point.
Major breaking news. There is a great tension between Kenya, Somalia, and Ethiopia after a Somalia US-based Congresswoman Ilhan Omar went ahead and claimed that Ethiopia and Kenya had stole part of their land, of the Somaliland. You won't believe this. Specifically in Kenya is northeastern part of Kenya, which is made up of Mandera, Moyale, Wajir, Isiolo, Garissa, you can name it all. That part belongs to Somalia. You won't believe this. And she went ahead and said, one day Somalia will wake up, liberate, and take their land back. You won't believe this. And this particular claim has literally brought a controversial tension online, whereby a lot of Kenyans, a lot of Ethiopians are throwing backlashes on her. And let me tell you, all this particular tension started when the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, went ahead and said that the Somalians who are living in the United States, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, contributes nothing to the United States. They need to go back to their nation, Somalia, that stinks. He went ahead and even said that Somalians are garbage. You won't believe this. And this is the reason as to why Ilhan Omar has actually come out claiming that part of their land was stolen by Kenya and Ethiopia. So we literally don't know what will happen. It has been forth and back online. Let's keep on following.
Somalis destroyed their country through civil strife in the 80s. And that country has never been the same. A country that was running well, democratically. They had clan wars, and that country was destroyed. And they became refugees, and most of them found their ways into Kenya. And out of Kenya, they got a clear passage to the USA. And they were settled in Minnesota, America. But what they've been doing is, say, for the last so years, they've been found in a scandal that has milked America more than 1.7 billion US dollars. And the president of the US is pissed off with Somalis. Now he wants them out of the US. He says he don't want them. And so it's very important for a country like Kenya to safeguard our unity and to prepare ourselves to face differences. That's a key statement right there, because our differences are they pale considering what would happen if we find ourselves in a situation whereby we don't have a country that we call Kenya. Listen to what Donald Trump is talking about Somalis, and he's on his way to kick them out of the US. Asanteni.
The wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch.
Brothers and sisters, welcome back. My name is Simon and this is Simon Central. Now, I want to give you my view on this matter as a Kenyan, and I'll read it because I've written it out. As Black Americans, we understand displacement, survival, and starting over in a system that doesn't always want us. That's why it's important to say this clearly. Somalis are our people. What's happening with the deportations from the US is part of the larger crackdown on immigration, documentation, and crime policies that don't care about history or struggle or it's only enforcement. But support does not mean silence. Some within the Somali diaspora have pushed boundaries, whether through organized crime or welfare fraud, or refusing to integrate into the laws and social systems of the countries hosting them. When that happens, entire community pays the price, including innocent families who are just trying to survive. Now, countries like Kenya are receiving returnees, many of them American-raised, undocumented, or disconnected from local realities. This creates pressure on jobs, security, housing, and already strained systems. Host nations must protect their sovereignty and citizens while still upholding human dignity. For Somalis, what comes next must be accountability, rebuilding, and respect for the laws of the lands they live in. And for the Black Americans watching this, the lesson is simple. Unity doesn't mean blind loyalty. Real solidarity means telling the truth, demanding responsibility, and pushing our communities to do better, because the world is already looking for reasons to turn against us. This is not about rejecting the Somalis. It is about making sure our people don't self-destruct in a world that's already hostile. That is it, brothers and sisters, and I'll be waiting to see you in the next video. If this is your first time here, please support this channel by subscribing, sharing this video with others, and leaving a comment in the comment section below. Thank you, and see you in the next video.